My name is Barbara. I'm 77 years old. And you know what I've noticed? When people learn my age, they almost always say the same thing. You look great for your age. Not you look great. No, it's always for your age. As if after 70, being in good shape is some kind of exception to the rule. As if aging is a disease and feeling good is a surprise bonus. Well, let me tell you something. I'm 77, and I've never felt better in my life. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying it because I want you to know how you feel at this age is not an accident. It's a choice, and I made that choice. I wasn't always like this. 10 years ago, I was a completely different person. I'd wake up, have my coffee, sit by the window, watch the neighbors' kids grow up and think, well, this is it. My life is just waiting now. I waited for my children to call. I waited for my grandchildren to visit. I waited for summer to come. I waited for someone else to make me happy. You know what I realized? No one else can make you happy. Only you. I was 70 when I first tried Nordic walking. And you know what? I almost fell flat on my face. Literally. The poles got tangled between my legs. I tripped over my own feet. Thank goodness there was a bench nearby. I crashed right onto it. I remember sitting on that bench, staring at my old sneakers, thinking, here we go. I'm too old for this. But you know what I did the next day? I got up and went again. At first, it was brutal, really brutal. My knees ached, my back screamed. I thought I was falling apart. But I noticed something. After every walk, even the shortest one, I felt better. Not physically. Physically it hurt. But somewhere deep inside, in my chest, something warm started to glow. It was strange. I couldn't explain it. My muscles hurt, but my soul was singing. I thought, maybe it's just a coincidence. But I kept walking. Day 1. Day 2. Day 3. After a month, I could walk 3 miles without stopping. After 3 months, my back pain was gone. After 6 months, I bought new sneakers and thought, why not try something else? I walked into a yoga class at 72. Everyone else was younger, flexible, fit. And there I was, standing in the back row, staring at myself in the mirror, thinking, what am I doing here? But the instructor came over, put her hand on my shoulder and said, yoga isn't about flexibility, it's about breathing, and everyone knows how to breathe. She was right. I couldn't touch my toes. I couldn't stand on one leg. I wobbled, grabbed the wall, blushed with embarrassment. But I breathed. And slowly, very slowly, I began to notice my body softening. The tension I didn't even know I was carrying, it started to melt away. Then I tried Qigong. That was completely different. Slow, flowing, almost like a dance. You don't jump, you don't run, you just move, and you feel the energy moving through you. I thought it was all nonsense, all that energy stuff. But you know what? After a month, I stopped waking up at night. My legs felt lighter. I stopped being afraid of falling. I became light. But the most important change didn't happen in the gym. It happened on a park bench. I met other women there, just like me, some older, some younger. We started talking, first about the weather, then about our kids, then about our grandchildren, and then about ourselves. We started meeting every week. We walked together, we had tea, we laughed. Then someone suggested a trip, just a weekend getaway to a little town nearby. I was terrified. I hadn't traveled alone in 10 years. I thought, what if I get lost? What if something happens to me? What if I can't handle it? You know what my new friend said? If you can't handle it, we'll help you. I went. and it was the best vacation of my life. When I came back, my grandchildren barely recognized me. I was different. I wasn't sitting in my armchair watching TV. I was dancing in the kitchen. I was suggesting walks in the park. I was playing badminton with them. My oldest grandson, he was 12 then, said, "Grandma, you look younger." And I said, "I'm not younger. I just started living." They were used to me being the armchair and the blanket, and suddenly I became someone with plans, energy, a life. And you know what I realized? I want to be an example for them. Not an example of how to sit still and wait, but an example of how to keep moving and doing. Now I wake up at 6 in the morning, not because I can't sleep, because I want to live. I step outside, feel the breeze on my face, look at the sky, and I smile. I know that today I'll go for a walk. Then I'll meet my friends. Then I'll do a few exercises. I know that my body is not my enemy. It doesn't betray me. It's just waiting for me to start taking care of it. I stopped being afraid of aging. I stopped thinking that every day is a step toward the end. I realize that every day is a step toward a new beginning. I know what you're thinking. My back hurts. I don't have time. I don't have the money. I'm too old. I've heard it all. I said it all myself. You know what helped me change? One sentence. Are you afraid to try, or are you afraid to live? Because if you don't try, you'll never know. If you don't start, you'll never change. You can start with 5 minutes, with 10 minutes, with one walk around the block. You can start by just standing up and stretching toward the ceiling. You can start by writing an old friend and saying, "I miss you." Small steps, every day. They change everything. How old was I when I started? 70. People say, "You're amazing to start at that age." And I say, when else? Should I have waited until 20? Put it off until 40? Kept being afraid until 60? It's never too late. Late is when you give up. Late is when you say, "Nothing can help me now." I help myself a little bit every day, bit by bit. And you know what? 7 years later, I feel better than I did at 50. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt sometimes. It does. I'm not saying I don't get tired. I do. But I'm alive. I learned one important thing. Happiness doesn't come to you. Happiness is what you create. Happiness is walking in the park with the wind in your face, feeling alive. Happiness is hugging your grandchild and feeling their warmth. Happiness is laughing with your friend until you cry. Happiness is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "I'm proud of you." I learned this at 77, and I want you to know you can too. You know, I still hear it all the time. "You look great for your age." Now I answer differently. I look great, just great, without any "for your age." Because age is not an excuse. It's not a sentence. It's just a number. Life is what you make of it. I chose life. What about you?